Greetings, boys and girls, from the Alberta Pepper Lab. Today, we're going to be doing a Pepper Lab update. It's been a while. You guys have been begging for it, and here it is. So, as you can see, I got some different stuff. By the way, my hands, they're dirty. I've been putting work in the lab. I've been putting in work. Anyways, as you can see me over here, this looks a little bit different. This is a bit of a different view. The camera's actually facing the opposite way in the lab. This is my desk area. I actually have Mongo right there in her cat bed underneath the desk. Over there is my grow tent. Anyways, let's cut to the chase and get right into it, shall we? So, here is the Pepper Lab desk. Right over here, I have a Kratky hydroponic tomato. I know that it's still clear and I need to cover it. I will get to that, just not yet. I am doing a test. I have one of these like this. I have one that's planted in dirt, and I also have one that is planted in double cups. And I'm working on tracking the progress on that to see which is best for this particular strain of tomato. It is a dwarf variety, even though it does seem kind of tall. Okay, so up in here, these aren't peppers; these are tomatoes. So in this container I have right here, oh my god, my hands are dirty. In this container I have right here, these are why my hands are dirty, by the way. I have my Arduino tomatoes, and I also have my gold nuggets. I've got about 5 gold nuggets and a metric crap load of Arduino. I'm probably going to give a few away to the guys at work, as I don't use that many tomatoes. Panning along, you will see my Rideau sweets. I have quite a few of those, and I also have 1, 2, 3 black cherries here. This is my attempt at germinating some, what are they called? Kung Pao peppers. I do believe that this is a good way for me to convince the wife to make me Kung Pao chicken. All right. Okay, so right here, this is my bonsai. If I pull this cup away, you can kind of see how small that pot is. I know that a lot of the guys who are doing the bonsai challenge are growing their pepper really big and all that stuff and then putting it into a container. I wanted to see what would happen if I just grew it in a small container. So this is, in fact, a long cayenne, and this one was a bit of a mutant. It had 3 leaves when it just popped out of the soil. It had 3 of the starter leaves, and I thought that was pretty neat, as peppers usually only have 2. So I decided to keep it isolated so that I can collect pods from it again. I'm going to collect my pods from this one if I can successfully grow pods on it. I want to see if I can develop a pepper that has that trait of growing 3 leaves. I'm unsure whether I can do that or if that's just a fluke, but we'll see. Alright, so let's move on to the grow tent. Okay, so here is the grow tent. I'll just show you guys the lights really quick. I've got 6 T5 bulbs in there in a 4-foot long by 2-foot fixture. All right, so this has turned into quite the jungle. Okay, so over here I have a Scotch Brains. Right there, I have another Scotch Brains. If we pan up and go into there, that is my 3rd Scotch Brains, I do believe. This right here, this guy, is my contest MOA. Not doing amazing, but you know, it's doing okay. I do have a rather large white ghost that has yet to produce any type of pod at all. I'm hoping that when I get them outside, I should be able to get more pods. All right, so over here, this guy. This is my St. Thomas Bane that was sent to me by Chad the Walrus, who got them from JT Bear. And yeah, apparently it grows a lot like a super chili. So I'm pretty interested to see how that turns out. I'm kind of excited about this one. All right, so in the back corner with the long stem coming out that way and a couple long ones that go in behind there is my BTR, which I got from Richard Bourne. Over here, this guy who's doing a lot better than he was is my Dorset Naga. Unfortunately, that is my Dorset Naga contest plant. I've seen other guys' Dorset Naga contest plants, and they are blowing me out of the water. But that's okay. It's all in fun, so yeah. And this big tomato right here is the tomato that I put in dirt. It's a quarter-century tomato, just like the one that you guys saw earlier. It seems to be doing much better than the hydroponics, but that could change over time. So we're just gonna keep going with it. All right, that is the grow tent, looking all jungly. I love it when it looks like this. Okay, so let's move on to the lab, shall we? Okay, so you guys see probably a bunch of differences down there and things getting organized over here. What the heck? Okay, let's move along. Down here, this little guy is a chocolate bootla. He has had a hard time. Some of these guys have had hard times. I've just recently done some transplants. Okay, here is the double cup tomato. I'm going to pull it back here so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. It's growing really tall. I can't believe how tall this thing has gotten, and it's still kicking. I mean, obviously there are some seriously unhappy leaves, but then again, there's ones that aren't unhappy. So yeah, interesting to see how this will turn out. I'm going to leave it in this solo cup for the rest of the year. I just am interested, and you know, this is a laboratory after all, so I figured we should do some experimenting. Okay, up there is my ghost pepper. This has grown so much. I did have this a long time ago. It suffered from root rot, and it has come back like a boss. So I'm super happy with that. I couldn't be happier. It's not the healthiest. Got a few yellowing leaves, but that's just from my own neglect, and I can rectify that situation. Okay, so if we go down here, this says BOF, but it's actually cilantro. I've got a little bit of cilantro going in there. You guys probably know that I love putting that stuff in my sauce. And if you look at this this mess here, these are my magic beans. I planted them way too... Oh, hello, Thessie. I planted them way too early this year, and we are going to have to figure out what to do with this. I need another pot. I need to go buy some more dirt because I ran out of dirt tonight. And we are going to stake these guys up, I guess. Right there is some rosemary. And hidden away in there, it's amazing. That's actually catnip back there. And the cats have not noticed it. I must be growing a very weak variety because I know that stuff can be quite smelly and attractive to them. Maybe they're just hitting on it when I'm not around. I don't know. All right, so the pepper that's back in here, this is my Bao Guai pepper, my white devil's tongue. And then right here, this pepper, this behemoth, which is growing way past the lights, like way past the lights, is my Butch T Trinidad Scorpion. It has only produced one pod this year, but just look at the size of this. This is actually, this is wider than I can spread my arms. This is about as wide as I can spread my arms. It looks small on camera, but yeah, this bad boy has quite the wingspan, and it's going to be interesting getting it outdoors. Fortuitously enough, all the branches are kind of like growing at an angle like that, so I'm pretty sure we can shimmy it out the door without losing too much. And I mean, even if I have to top it a bit before I get it through the doors, it'll just end up growing that much better or acclimating even better. Okay, let us check out the bottom of the lab where there has been a lot of new things come in. You guys already know about my Christmas cactus. This is my my cross, or yeah, it's a cross of Jamaican hot chocolate and super chili, which is pretty nifty. You guys can see it's got little pods in there. The pods are they turn green, then black, then red, which is pretty nifty. This in here is my fennel. Just getting a bunch of them in there, getting them ready for spicing things up. I have my Tibetan Lhasa pepper. Both these pots are Tibetan Lhasa peppers. It was given to me by a coworker, and yeah, I have never heard of this strain before, so it'll be interesting. Apparently, it looks a lot like a cayenne, so we're gonna have to just see how it turns out. Right here is my yellow butla. This plant looks small and sickly, but it had massive roots and like was the roots were pushing it like up in the double cup, so I had to transplant it today. Over here, I have my Fatali. Right there is another chocolate butla. Right there is another chocolate butla. And right here is my basket of fire. I love these basket of fires. I'm going to be hopefully growing a lot more. This is my F2. I have yet to get a pod that has turned red and is big enough to give me seeds, but we will see about that. We will see about that. It's super bushy. I just love how these things grow. They don't grow tall, but they do grow wide. And over here is a very, very sad habanero. This is so sad. This guy is just not doing well at all. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. I was blaming it on the pests before, but as you can see, other plants seem to be doing much better. This guy is not bouncing back from it, so I have no excuse, and I don't know what's going on, but I will have to just do a little bit more research and figure things out. All right, so let us check out the top shelf. All right, first things first, you guys see it. Here is a mystery pepper given to me by Richard Bourne. That pod looks really cool, like a lime green color. And then this one has an interesting shape, like kind of thin and bumpy there. And I'm having a hard time identifying what this mystery pepper is, but yeah, it's interesting. Okay. This is one of the Tibetan Lhasa peppers. I decided to put it into hydroponic crack key system and see how it does. It has come back a little bit. When I first put it in, it was super droopy, like burp. So it's managed to make a comeback. Okay, over here, as you guys can obviously see, this is chives. I've got 3 chives there. I've got pumpkins growing here. Over in here, these 6 are lemon habanero. I've got white ghosts, 2 of them. I've got white Thai, Grandpa Siberian home pepper, Texas Scotch bonnets over there. This whole tote that runs along here is my cayennes. Over here, we've got an amazing mixture. I've got Butch Tea Reds, chocolate bootlas, yellow reapers. If I take off the front 2, you guys could say, what the heck is that? Is that a Candlelight Mutant? No. This is a chocolate bootla. I went to war against the thrips earlier this season. Some of the pots were too wet, and I put them in Ziploc bags, and I left them like that for a month. And it has had some devastating effects, but the plant is still alive, along with some of the others. That's my mustard bootla right there. I've got my Butch Tea. What else do we got? We got Kangstar White Thai. That looks like a mystery pepper to me. We got here Dragon Cayenne. Oh, the stickiness. I hate those sticky things. Oh, this is an orange Butla. I do believe this is my MOA. Yeah, that is a red MOA. Okay, Red Ghost. All right, over in here, this Dragon Cayenne needs to go over here and get put away, along with the mystery peppers. Super excited. I love a good mystery. I love a good mystery. And I love the fact that I have a pod that looks big, and I get to do a pod review soon. All right, so there are more mystery peppers. For instance, this one right here, which is, I believe, the one that's growing Thai-styled peppers. Yeah, that's kind of like a Thai pepper, hey? So, yeah. Okay, so I have another mystery pepper. This one looks kind of like a jalapeno, but it's really square looking. Kind of strange. Don't really know what's going on there. The reason I have so many mystery peppers is I was actually sent a pack of seeds called mystery peppers, and the guy wanted me to have fun figuring out what they were. So I decided to grow a few of them, and we will try to diagnose them throughout the season. All right, I have orange Butla, I have yellow Butla, I have a very, very sad Dorset Naga. Poor little guy. Okay, what else do we have? We've got another mystery pepper, which is tangled in with the other ones. This one is interesting. It's growing very small pods. Very small pods. Very, very reminiscent of my my baby bleeder. But yeah, these I don't know what this is. I have no idea, but these pods have stayed small for a while now, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a small pod variety. So we've got a nice little selection of these mystery peppers. Anyways, I've got another White Ghost. Oh, this is another one of those guys that I had in the Ziploc bag, and they got all mutated and stuff. All right, back here is a Dorset Naga. This one right here is a Tabasco. I have another mystery pepper that has not... Oh, wait. I just found a little pod on it. Another one of those little nub ones. Okay, that's interesting. I have a Kangstar White Thai and another Peter Pepper back there. Hidden back here in his little crack key is a lemon habanero. I've got quite a few lemon habaneros, so I'm hoping to make an interesting sauce out of that this year. Over here we have the yellows. And over here, we have my mom's cat that came to visit me, who always steals my captain's seat. And one more time for the cameo before I let you guys go. There is Mongo. All right. Well, that's about all I have for you guys today. Hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.